Welcome back to Reckless Banter. My name's Rain,
I'm Amanda.
and we're back here today. It's another Sunday. You're
Yes.
never gonna believe what just happened to me. Literally 5 minutes before we got on,
What?
I
Tell
went.
me.
I took Bentley out back to pee before we got started,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't. Do you remember the backyard here at Connie's house?
Yes, I do remember like a bit of it. Yeah,
So if you walk out the back door, there's these big, tall, green. I don't know what kind of trees they are, but they're big and bushy and
like the
really,
privacy kind of looking
yeah,
ones.
they're
Yeah.
super tall. And then beyond that is a parking lot for the church. And
Mm-hmm.
so as soon as I walked out, Bentley always runs to the left towards those trees. I look over to the left, and from the steps to the trees in the grass was laying $20.
Your $20?
No, no,
No, it wasn't your $20.
it was two tens.
Oh, tens. Gosh, I haven't seen tens in
Right?
forever.
Isn't that crazy?
It is
Um,
crazy.
but yeah, I looked over and I only saw one at first. But when I got closer, I saw the second one because it looked like apparently they were together, like folded, and
Oh,
then they
okay.
split
Right.
as they come through the trees.
Right.
And I was just like, "Holy shit!" Like this is so because to like it hasn't been windy, first of all,
Right.
and to
Right.
get through those trees, like even going
They were
underneath.
pretty dense, I remember.
Yeah,
Like they were
yeah.
pretty
Like
like
it's
yeah.
it's kind of a miracle that they made it through the trees and onto where the grass started.
You're not going to try to give that back to anybody, right?
No, no,
You're
no,
keeping
no,
them, right?
no.
Okay,
That's
good.
that
Yeah,
the
you finders keepers, man.
church
That's what
gave
I'm
me that.
saying. Yeah, absolutely. Like they were like, "Here, Rain, you need this." Okay, and you're like, "Sweet." Yeah.
I offered Connie 10 because it's her house, but she wouldn't take it.
Oh, that's very sweet of you to think of her.
It
Like,
only
"Hey, you
felt
want
right,
10
you know.
bucks?" Yeah, that won't get you much anymore, but, here it
Yeah,
is.
that definitely ain't gas money no more.
No, no, it's not gas money. No, that does not fill up the tank. No more.
That's
Oh,
funny.
bless. Those were good times. No, but I love that. I love finding money. Well, and it was funny because like the one of the guys was picking up one of his puppies yesterday, and he asked if I had change, and Darren was like, "Oh man,
Change.
we don't have cash." And I was like, "Actually, I do have change. Thank goodness, because a couple of other people paid cash, right, for their puppies." So I was like, "I actually have change." Like and it's hard, it's so hard to remember when I have cash. I never remember when
Neither
I
do
have
I.
cash.
Like a lot of times, I'll just take cash and just throw it in my middle console in my truck,
Yep. Yep.
and totally just forget it's there.
Yeah, no, I got 20 out one time just randomly, just cash back, and I was like, "Okay, well, I'll just, put this in my wallet just to kind of have just in case I need it or if I'm only getting like one little thing or something so I don't have to
Yeah.
keep swiping all the time." I cannot tell you how long that 20 was in my wallet because I completely forgot it was even in there. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I've got cash."
It's
That's
so
weird.
like down to the point of um like I feel weird paying with cash at places. Like
Yeah.
I literally think in my mind like, are they gonna take this?
Dude, for real, right?
Isn't
Like I'm
that
like
weird?
the second I'm like, "Oh, I've got cash." They'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. We don't take cash." Like, "Ah,
That
shit." Yeah,
literally
right? Yeah, cuz I
literally
thought that
shows you like we are being what do you call it? Groomed.
conditioned. Yeah. Yeah, no, it is constant,
We are
you know.
definitely being groomed. It is
Yeah,
so weird
absolutely.
to be able to like notice it like that.
No, it is kind of jarring for sure. Like when you have that thought, because I had that thought the other day, because again, if you don't ever have cash, you don't think about it, right? And I was doing a self checkout at Walmart, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've got cash. I can use cash." And I was like, "Wait, is this one that accepts cash?"
Yeah.
Right? Because like
Yeah, you
some
know
will and
what?
some
It's
won't.
the self checkouts that are doing it.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
9 times out of 10, you're going to go through a self checkout quite often, I would assume, like I do.
Yes, I only use self checkout
Yeah.
now.
And you know what? I kind of hate using it because I feel like I'm having to do the work. But other than that, like people are prone to using self checkout. They stop taking cash at them. There's only a
Mhm.
select few, and you just automatically gravitate towards the credit. Like,
Yep.
man, that is nuts.
It's super weird when it
God, that's
like
weird.
because like I haven't had to think that in God knows how long, but I'm like, wait, did I pick the right one? Does this one accept cash? Like this, it was so weird. It was so weird because like I remember, you know, when debit cards first became a thing. And, my parents were like, don't get a debit card. It's just like a credit card.
Yeah.
You don't, all that crap, like use checks, right? And
Yeah.
it's like, gosh, like I don't even remember what it was for. I think it was for a property or taxes or something. I wrote a check. This was a few years ago, but I was like, God, do I even remember how to write a check? Like, because I remember in school them teaching us how to like fill out a check and how to do
Hmm.
this and how to address an envelope. And I was like, God, dude, I don't even think they teach that shit anymore.
I, I don't. We can't
Because it's
even.
like we don't really use it, right? So it's like it's not necessary, right? Because you're not paying bills with checks anymore.
All
Most
this, all
people.
the stuff they didn't teach us, but by God, you're not gonna have a calculator when you grow up, and you better learn how to do
No,
this math in
no.
your head.
And Rain, I cannot tell you how much it has saved my life to know how to play the little flute recorder. There's so many times where
You
I
started
was in
that
a
out so
life
seriously, like.
or death situation, but thank God I learned how to play that little recorder flute in school because damn,
Yeah,
saved it every time. For
it's
real.
it.
It's so fucking useful.
How do you think, honestly, like, how do you think you would have made it this far without
Good.
it?
Without that, I wouldn't. I wouldn't
Like,
have.
did you learn
Like,
the Titanic song?
no, we learned Mary Had a Little Lamb and the Happy Birthday song.
No shit, we learned the Titanic song.
No shit, that's way cooler.
Right.
That's way fucking
I thought
cooler.
everybody knew the Titanic song on the recorder.
No, man, but I'll tell you in the
We did
shower I
learn
can
Mary Had a
bust that
Little
shit
Lamb
out.
too.
Yeah, we learned Mary Had a Little Lamb and the Happy Birthday song.
And I'll be damned if I didn't make first chair for one
You
time for
better
like
fucking have.
a very small period of time. I
For
was
just a
first
second.
chair. Yeah.
Dude, man, first chair, man, I remember getting first chair the first time in orchestra for the viola section, and it was cutthroat, man. Bitches be gunning for you in that first chair, man. They're like watching you in the hallway, and you're like, "What? Get
Yeah.
some, bitch. What are you gonna do? What? Practice, fucker."
Are
Right?
they
Like,
are they still doing the recorder thing in elementary school, you
I
think?
don't know. I'll have to ask a child. I
Cuz
will have to ask a child.
think of how cool you could make the recorders look now.
Dude, yeah, you can like customize them and do like some sort of like cool ass wrap and shit like on them.
We
Because like
could
we had the lame ass little cream white ones that looked like they just carried so many diseases.
right. Yeah, the cream colored ones, is that what you just,
Yes,
yeah.
they looked they looked rough to say the least, even when they were brand new.
Did they lease them or like give them to you for the semester or whatever?
Yeah, we had like our own little ones. Like they put our I think I remember they put our names on like the little sleeve that it went in or
Yeah.
whatever it was. They had our names on it and they'd stack them in the corner. I'm like, God, like the nasty shit
I wonder if they
that the
bought new
janitor
ones
is
every
doing to
year
that.
or just use the
Oh hell
same.
no, they didn't have the money for new ones.
That's
New
true.
ones,
That's true.
Rain. Come on now. They can't even afford to buy crayons for these babies no more, let alone fucking instruments.
So, um, Stephanie lives in Cherryville, North Carolina, and Cherryville
Hmm.
has, I'm pretty sure it's an elementary school. They have an elementary school, and the city is, I think, looking to close it down because they can't afford it.
Oh shit.
And that just kills me because like shouldn't you like it should be automatic
You would think,
to be
especially
able to
like
afford.
elementary school and a high school, right? Because like I know some like small towns or small counties or
What I'm
less rich counties will like put the middle school with the high schoolers, but
right.
like an elementary school,
What I'm saying is like if you have it already in your city,
hmm
like it should just be automatic. Like you should never have to lose this elementary school because
right? Like they should budget for it
yeah,
automatically,
yeah.
right? Like they should have some sort of like contingency and some kind of budget to maintain the elementary school. And God, that's so sad.
Yeah, like because
That kind of breaks my heart a little.
then you're gonna create transportation issues. You're gonna like kids are gonna
Because
end
then
up in
they're
other
gonna have to be
districts and
split. Yeah, they'll have to be split into different counties. And then those bus drivers, which are already far and few between, right? Are going
Yeah.
to have to bus these children into these new counties and all this, like, that just seems like more of a nightmare
It just
on the other
I
counties.
just thought it was sad. Like it's
That
just
is very sad.
it's like our priorities are so twisted.
So fucked. They're so fucked. Like, and I was talking to a lady the other day, and she's also she lives in Hiawassee, Georgia, which is, I would imagine, very similar to Cherryville, like very small,
Mhm.
little area and stuff. And all of they have one elementary, one middle, and one high school, and they're all like in the same parking lot, right? Like they have kind of like some middle schools and high schools
Yeah,
do
yeah.
now, right? And she was talking about how they've never had a little football um program in their area, and they've been trying to get enough kids to come play so they could start a football, because they've got baseball, but they don't have any football. And I think she was talking about needing to do a basketball one. And when she was talking about it, even that kind of made me sad, because I was like, what do you mean these little babies don't have sports teams they can go play on? Or
Is this
like,
would you say a middle school or
well, the
oh, the
elementary school,
town?
and like the town, yeah, like their own little, like,
So they didn't have their own like baseball or
little
whatever
league. Yeah, their
team.
little football leagues or a basketball league separate, right? I think just high school
Mm.
had the football team and stuff. And her son plays baseball, and she told me that they got 11 boys to sign up, but they needed 13. And I was just like, well, I will keep my fingers crossed that y'all find the two more. But even that was just kind of making me sad,
Well,
because it was just like, that's so important to growing up, right? And you learn so many good things.
well, it to me, I automatically think of there's all these kids that are stuck to these screens, and you're
Mhm.
like, hey, you want to go play baseball or play football for the
Yeah.
school? No,
Nah.
I'd rather
Yeah,
like
it's so sad. And when we were growing up, I cheerleaded for 11 seasons. My brother did baseball, I did orchestra, he did swim team. Like, we did all of these activities, right? When you're growing up, and it to me, I feel like it's so important to have those values and those lessons,
mm-hmm.
and the teamwork, and the how to accept a loss, and how to work really hard, and discipline, and all those things is so important for kids at such a, at that young age as well. Like, it's especially like getting in that foundation. And it just kind of made me like just sad, right? Because I'm just like, those, because you've there's got to be at least a handful of kids that would want to do that, right? That want to go play, but
Yeah.
they have nowhere to play at, and that just breaks my heart.
I, I'd like to say like I'm sure it depends on the town. Like it, it's crazy that they can't even find 13. That just
Yeah.
seems like such an easy number to hit.
Such a Yeah, especially like young boys. It's like, hey, y'all want to come play football?
Yeah.
Like, we can start a team. And like, they're like,
When
eh.
I played baseball from T-ball, which was probably 5 years old, I think.
Yeah, it's like around 3 to 5, I think, is when they start t-ball.
So I played from T-ball. I played baseball all the way till I was 12 years old,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and when I was 11, my parents split, and then my mom and I moved from Oak Island to Mooresville.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was right at like I was 11, 12 years old at that point, and I tried out, and that was right when I went into middle school, and I tried out
Mm-hmm.
for the middle school baseball team and got cut the first day. And
No shit.
like
Really?
for real.
Damn.
And it like not that like I was just the greatest thing ever, but I did play all-star teams 4 years.
Yeah.
I was always a pitcher. I was
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah.
My mom could go on for hours because she was always
Oh, I
there.
bet.
But like
Bet.
I was good, and I think like a big part of it was I just moved into a new town. Nobody knew me,
Right. They already
and
had their established players, and
right, and I
yeah.
100% felt that during trying out and then after.
Mm-hmm.
I could see right through it. Like you already had the team picked.
What,
Maybe you
which
picked up a couple different or a couple new players, but you already had the
But
team
you already
picked.
knew who you were gonna do, right?
Right.
And I hate that, because that lesson learned at a young age, right, just kind of sours you
It
moving forward. And then you see it everywhere, right? Because that happens everywhere
They killed
in
a dream, is
jobs.
what they did.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Because
do.
honestly, I shit you not, like all I ever wanted to do was play baseball. From the time I got into t-ball, like I would
Mhm.
annoy the shit out of my friends because all I wanted to do was play baseball.
My brother was the same way. I helped him during like the off season. We'd always be out there. I'd be helping him with his batting and pitching and catching, and we would roll like we would run drills
Mm-hmm.
in the winter time even just to keep it up,
My
right?
my
Because
mom always took me to the baseball field
hmm
on days that we had time, and she would just pitch to me constantly.
I love it. My dad would take us. There was a batting cage right down the street from
Mm.
our house, and we freaking loved the batting cage,
Yeah, it's
man. We
so
fucked
fun.
with the batting cages hard,
If you go to
and
one, I'll tell you now,
I would love to go to one now if I knew
it's
if there
been
was one
several
out there.
years. I don't remember how long it's been, but the last time I went to one,
hmm
I couldn't hit shit.
Oh, I bet.
Like
I
you
bet we would
lose it, you know?
suck ass. Well, yeah, and that's what my brother was like so worried about. Like when baseball was over, he was like, "Well, shit, I don't want I don't want my arm to get weak or I don't want my batting average to go down." And
Mm,
and this was him thinking that way when he was like 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, right? Like you want to maintain.
mm-hmm.
And I think the best thing that comes out of stuff like that is that discipline, is that, you got to work hard to achieve, you got to maintain, you got to do all those things because that's the lessons that you're going to take with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily how to play
It
Mary
builds
Had a
it
Little Lamb on a recorder, right?
it
But
builds
you,
a
you
foundation.
it does. And it's very, very important. And it makes me sad that we've kind of lost that because I feel like there's more focus on like the travel teams, and it's so expensive now, and it's
Mm-hmm.
even harder now for parents to get their kids involved in those things because it's so expensive, and and it puts a lot on the parents too, right? Because then you have to travel, you have to be able to get there, you have to clear your schedule, and nowadays you can't even afford to miss a day of work anymore, right? Let alone all the costs for the equipment and the travel and all the things. So it just makes me sad that it's become like an unattainable thing for everybody who
It
would want
really
to
has.
participate.
And I don't
Mhm.
I don't know uh the atmosphere of little league and middle school or whatever nowadays,
Mhm.
but back
Mhm.
then like it was life.
Dude, it was so great.
Like it
Those are
was
like the best days ever.
it's all I cared about.
Mhm.
I never put it together like this like I did just a minute ago, but when I tried out for the middle school team, just being new in town and all that, they truly killed a
Yep.
dream. Cuz
And that sucks.
it's insane. I never thought about it like that.
We're
Cuz
opening up old wounds,
yeah,
right? Digging deep.
I was good, like, and
I bet you were
I did
good.
good the day that I tried out. Like I cracked one out in the outfield. I caught a line drive.
Nice.
Like it like I
You
was
did some star shit.
yeah,
Yeah, like you
at
did
least
some
it felt
star
like it.
shit. Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you were like, dusting your shoulder
Yeah,
off while you were walking out, like, bitch, I got that in the bag.
but
Right?
but yeah, they were like, "Nope. Sorry, buddy."
You're not it. Yeah,
And
no,
then
and
I
that
tried out for
sucks so
basketball,
bad.
and obviously I was not in my lane there.
No, no. I loved playing basketball, right? Because like when we were growing up, I had like a couple of friends that were girls, but they didn't live in our neighborhood. Our whole neighborhood was mostly boys. So when I was growing up, I was very tomboy, very like played basketball, baseball, football, wall
Hmm.
ball, all the things, foursquare, all the things, and I will fuck you up in some foursquare, y'all. I was the shit with some foursquare. But like I didn't even know what Barbies were until I got into elementary school and started talking to girls, right? Because they
Yeah,
were like, oh, look at the new Barbie I got. I'm like, I don't know who that is, but whatever.
that's funny.
But I loved it. I loved playing all that stuff. And that was the main reason I cheerleaded because I couldn't play, right? Football. They weren't gonna let this itty bitty little like 40 pounds wet little teeny little
Yeah.
girl go play football. But I was like, I'm going to play. I want to play. And they're just like, you can cheer over there, right? Like you can just go. But I loved it. I loved because I was like, well, at least this way I can at least watch the games and learn the game and do all the things. But it does break my heart how unattainable it seems these days to
And
getting that kind of stuff.
it's so easy to not even realize or just overlook those types of things too, because
Mhm.
we're so streamlined into this technology age.
Mhm.
And
It's like,
like
oh, like that's not as important.
like another thing I never thought about was like when I'm driving anywhere, I don't
Mhm.
see like kids on their bikes, doing crazy
Mhm.
shit or nothing. And I don't I've never have in my life, so I don't know what that's like. But I assume like my dad or people around that age or older or whatever,
Mhm.
we're used to seeing just kids out everywhere just causing a
Kids all
ruckus.
over the damn place. We were all over the place,
Yeah,
man.
like you knew the
Like
creek like the back of your hand.
hell yeah. And like every Christmas, the first thing on our list was always a new bike, right? Because we would wear the shit out of our bikes, right? So every year, number one, bike. Like
Bike.
we need a new one of those
Bike.
because we're going through the woods between neighborhoods, we're going up and down hills, we're crashing them, we're jumping them off of shit. Like we were terrible, but it was like that was what you did. And I think it's a mixture of being more cautious about where your kids are, right?
Do you
With the safety thing, but also I think that that culture's kind of died out, right? We've kind of switched over to different mindset.
well, I was gonna ask, like, do you think trafficking and kidnapping and just crazy shit is more prevalent now than it was when we were kids or even generations prior to us? Like, cause, or are we just conditioned to think outside my front door is hell?
I think it's a little bit of both. I don't necessarily think it's more prevalent than what it was when we were growing up, but I think people are more aware of it now,
That makes
right? Like
sense.
you're more connected to people outside of your like immediate community, right? So like if you're in a neighborhood and nothing bad has ever happened in that neighborhood, right? You're going to be like, oh, well, this is a safe neighborhood. Everybody's great. All the kids can go wherever the fuck they want as long as you stay together, right? Like, that was like our parents, like, one thing is like, do not leave one person behind. Like, if y'all are a group of five, you stay a group of five. If you're a
Hmm.
group of three, you stay like you have to have at least one person with you, right? Just so there's more than one, right?
Yeah.
And I don't even think it was more about like, oh, well, you could be kidnapped or whatever. It's like, okay, well, if I fell and hurt my leg on a rock in the woods, nobody would necessarily know I was out there,
Right.
right? And nobody could go get me help, right? So it was a lot of stuff. But I think now that we have access of information outside of your immediate neighborhood, right? Kids taken in Florida, kids taken here, kids take you automatically put that in like, oh my God, that could happen here,
It's
right? Because you
yeah.
just have all of these things happening. So I don't know if it's necessarily more prevalent. I just think we're more aware of it. But I also think that it's over that us as a generation of parents, because I know I do this, but it's a lot more because I'm a control freak and I'm too damn aware. But I think because our parents, like, I always said, as like joking, that it never seemed like my parents cared what
Mm-hmm.
happened to me. I know they did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I obviously know they did, but they never acted worried about anything. They never like was super stressed out like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Mandy didn't call us tonight, so okay, we're going to bed." Like I could never go to bed if I didn't hear from my child, right? So it was just like, okay, well maybe because they seemed more nonchalant, we are like overcompensating of like, no, I need to know where you are. No, I need to make sure that you're okay because we know we ended up in stupid places maybe we shouldn't have, or hanging out with people we shouldn't have, or accidentally getting lost in downtown Atlanta at 2 o'clock in the
Oh my
morning,
lord.
things like
Yeah.
that, right? So it's like we know what we did.
When I was in my band, we did like a 2 week run where we went down to like Florida, like Orlando, Florida.
Hmm.
We went South Carolina, Florida, then came back up and went to Georgia, Alabama, and like we did like 2 weeks of through these states, like the
That's cool.
lower southeast.
Hmm.
And to think of the places that I was,
Right.
like I feel like we're way more dangerous than whenever time ever when I was a kid, like
Oh,
we were
absolutely.
in Atlanta and I can't have no clue. I could probably find out from my old drummer. He would probably know exactly where we were at, but I don't know where we were, but we were playing in Atlanta,
Hmm.
some little I don't even know how to explain it, but like during the day, like it was, you could kind of tell it was a little rough, but like
Hmm.
we were just hanging out, and there's like a venue for bands to play, obviously, and there was a pizza. It was a pizza place, and then they had a basement where they would do shows at,
Okay.
and so like we played the show and everything, and after we were hanging out for a while, like few of us got pizza, this and that, and I don't remember what I was doing, but I had come up and a few of the guys in the band were standing out front talking to this guy who I guess he was homeless. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I had walked up and he was like, I walked up and I said, what's up, guys, whatever. And he reaches his hand out and says, "Hey, what's going on, man?" Or how,
Yeah. Yeah.
the language. Um,
Right.
but I denied shaking his hand. I was like, I don't really like shaking people's. I was a fucking twat, whatever. And like I
Yeah.
fist bumped him or whatever, and he got super offended,
Mm-hmm.
like super offended, and to the point where he was telling, like when I walked away, he was telling the other guys like he wanted to kill me. Like he
That
said
checks. Yeah.
he said he had these guns stored under the bridge and this like,
Oh,
and
under
then
the
after I
bridge.
found that out, I was like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Like
Peace
get in
out,
the van,
ATL. It's
get your
been real.
shit, dump your I don't care, dump your beer out,
Let's just
like get
go.
in the van, we gotta go. Like
Yeah, no, you don't fuck around in Atlanta after
no,
dark. No, you
no.
don't. No,
Like
you really don't.
that guy could easily take my life and just disappear. Like like probably nobody knows who the hell he is.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and they would never find him, right?
No.
Like, no, I
They'd find
remember
me, but
like
they wouldn't find him.
no, exactly. Oh, hell yeah. Because like we fucking me and my friend we went to go see Sum 41 play in Atlanta cuz like I loved them so much. I fucked with that band in high school hardcore. Loved them so much. They were one of my
Classic.
favorites. And she got me tickets for my birthday. So me and her went, and we were leaving, and I took, and this is like everybody that's driven in Atlanta, when you're leaving any venue in Atlanta, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you take, say, like a left instead of a right,
Mm-hmm.
you end up in the wrong area
Mm-hmm.
of Atlanta. So we ended up in the wrong side because, again, this was before GPS and all that good junk. We ended up at a red light, and we were right there next to the bridge that is like very popular for the homeless community and all that stuff. And they saw us at the red light, and they were coming at us like it looked like a damn zombie horde was like slowly coming to our car. And I'm like, oh no. And my friend is like freaking out, and she's like, what do we do? What do we do? And I'm like, I'm just running the light. And she was like, no, you can't run the light. I'm like, I don't
Fuck
care.
that light.
I would rather get a ticket for running a damn light than whatever the hell they're about to do. Like either clean our car, ask for money, or say,
We
look, you're
just
a
want to
pretty little
clean your
right,
windshield.
like, hey, like let me just clean your windshield, right? Like I got a bucket. It's cool. It's fine, right? Like whatever is about to happen, do not care. So I ran the red light, and like not even a quarter mile down the road, I got stopped by a police officer for
Oh.
running the light. And I was like, I'm this little innocent,
It's
sweet
like,
little
bro, do you
girl.
know what I
And
just went through?
I'm like, officer, I am so sorry. And we were so frazzled because again, there was like at least 30 to 50 fucking people
Oh my
slowly
God.
making their way from the bridge to our car. And of course, we're the only fucking car out there.
Before
right?
you even, I'm sorry, but before you even started this story, I thought, or as you were starting the story, I thought in my head, like, I remember when we pulled out, we went under some kind of bridge, and there was fire.
Yes, and there's so many people.
There was fire barrels. There was like this is
Yes.
shit you see on TV.
It's that bridge, right? And
we
there
must
was
have
a
been in the
red
same
light
area.
right before you hit onto 75, right? When we were going home. And I don't know why they fucking put a red light there. And it's the longest red light in the world, right? And it feels even longer when 50 fucking people are slowly like,
It's a walking.
You got any like change or cigarettes?
That's probably the most ran red light in Atlanta.
Well, and I'm sure that's why the cop was like sitting there, right? I don't know where he was sitting at, but he was like, I was like, officer, I am so sorry, but me and my friend we're lost and it's dark and we just want to go home. And the homeless people, and he was just like, he looked at me and he was like, honey, take a breath. And I was like, okay, like just freaking out.
Yeah.
Because one, I didn't want a ticket. So I was trying to make him feel bad for me, right? Because like, God forbid I go home and tell my mom I got a fucking ticket. Like, oh my God, my life would have been over, right? Like,
ticket's better than off with getting eaten alive.
Yeah, I would have been better with the homeless than telling my mom I got a ticket, right? And he was like, okay, where are you guys trying to go? I'm like, I just need to get onto 75 North. And he's like, okay, follow me. I'll get you to the on-ramp. And I'm like, thank you so much.
My God.
So that's like the only time I was able to get myself out of a ticket. But again, I'm sure it's like you two girls, we went the wrong way, right? I'm sure that happens a lot.
We were 5 dudes in a conversion van with a 5x8 trailer. And we were just as scared.
Yeah, no, it's terrifying because we're sitting there and we're at the light and my friend's in the passenger seat and she's looking through like my driver's side window and I look and you just see people slowly like, man, coming out your car. I'm like, green, turn green, turn green. Jesus Christ, turn green, please, for the love of God, turn green. I swear that shit was probably still red when he pulled me over.
It's right. It's hilarious that The Walking Dead takes place in Atlanta, and this.
Look, if you want a real life Walking Dead experience, I don't know what fucking red
go
light
to that bridge.
But you just ask somebody, they'll know exactly where.
That's hilarious.
It's the same thing. There's so many people that like as soon as I say the bridge with all the homeless people, everybody's like, "Oh, I know what you're talking about."
Yep, been there.
Because I think it's over like by the Capitol somewhere. It's like over on that side of town. But it was just like, oh my gosh,
not the bridge to be fucked with.
Now it's like, okay, at least I have a firearm in the vehicle.
Some serious bridge trolls over there.
Yes, like bless their hearts. And I bet, I honestly, like now as an adult, I'm like, I bet they're like the coolest fucking people.
Yeah, probably.
But, like just the sweetest, nicest, coolest people. Yeah. But we
just want to wash your window and check your tire
like
pressure.
I just want, like, hey, you guys got any change or any cigarettes? And it's like, no, we're 16 years old. Thanks, bye. And even thinking back about it, I'm like, how in the hell did my mom let a fucking 16 and 15-year-old girl drive to Atlanta by themselves to go see a fucking concert and come home? I don't even think we got home until almost 3 o'clock in the morning, right? Because by the time the show ends and you get out and you find your car and you wait for the traffic and like we weren't even home till almost 3 o'clock in the morning. There's no fucking way.
Thinking about it, like back when I was like 16, 17, like I was basically a 16-year-old girl. Like I could not have held myself. I could not have held my own back then.
No.
Like
you couldn't have been like pow pow.
No, I would have been terrified. I would have. It just not would have been like now. I'd be way better off. But like back then, I was a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah. No. Even though now I'm still physically like a 16-year-old girl, I have so much rage that I don't even care anymore. It's like, you know what? I just need to let this out.
Yeah.
So happy day, motherfucker.
Bentley's literally the best dog in the world.
Is he?
He just chills. He hangs out. He's wild. He's a sweet boy.
That's good. Gotta love little fur babies.
When you get a dog from a crackhead, you never know what you're gonna get. And
No,
apparently,
hell, even when you get a dog from a non-crackhead, you don't know what you're gonna get.
that's very true.
To be fair, I'm just saying.
In my experience, I feel like it's better to get a dog from a crackhead than a regular person.
I would second that.
They
I've
probably
never gotten
appreciate
a
you more.
dog. Yeah, I've never gotten a dog from a crackhead that I know of, but I could imagine.
Could have been a
I could.
closet crackhead.
They absolutely could have been a closet crackhead, but I'd imagine that they probably give a shit more about making sure that that animal is as good as they can be than giving a shit about themselves. So,
True.
you know,
Very true. All right. I have a post that I came across the other day that I wanted to read to you and hear your opinion.
okay. Hit
All
me.
right. Making her feel. Sorry, let me start over. Making her feel guilty about not having sex with you is fuck me. I'll cut it out. Making her feel guilty about not having sex with you is emotional abuse.
I would agree with that.
So making I do agree too. But uh have you ever been turned down?
Yes.
It doesn't feel good.
No, it does not. And
It doesn't
I
feel
it
good.
it is the worst. It is one of the worst feelings. It really truly is. And it's humiliating and you just feel shame and
Yeah.
all the
So
things. And I don't wish that on anybody.
I can understand how somebody would act out and make you feel
Yes.
guilty.
Absolutely. But from from the female side thing, especially a female who is in her perimenopause state, I'm pretty early in it, and so far it's not fun. Um, one of the things that I think men don't think about sometimes is that sex doesn't always make the female feel better,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if she's had a hard day, if she's stressed out, right? If she's got hormonal stuff going on, the last fucking thing in the world she wants is to fook, right? Like, and I think from a guy's perspective, it's like, oh man, I've had a hard day. It sucks. Like, I'm tired, man. I just want to be intimate, and I just want to like have a good time with my woman. Totally get that. But like, for example, right, a few weeks ago, a friend of mine, her aunt passed away, and she was holding on for, gosh, she held on for a little over a week, and it was a lot of stress going back and forth to hospital, all the things, right? And once she had passed and she got home, she showered, she rested, all the good things. Her husband was like, "Hey, you wanna, And she's like,
I mean, that's bad timing, obviously.
"Yeah." She was like, "No, no, I don't. Like,
So
that's the last fucking thing I want to do right now."
I can see how making and either sex
Yes,
like it could be you getting turned down or the guy getting turned down, whatever.
absolutely.
It can be emotional abuse by making them feel bad about it. But what about the man or woman who has just turned them down for the past couple, like you just for like the last 3 months you just haven't been in the mood and you just haven't wanted, and you just like you turn you the other party gets turned down for like 3 months straight.
Right. Well, and that does happen and that's awful. But I think instead of going the guilt route, I think you go with the communication
Well, of,
route.
of course, but
Right?
like
Because I mean, it's easy to me. It seems like the guilt, and this goes for anybody in really any situation when you try to manipulate somebody or guilt them into anything, right? Not just necessarily sex, but it's easy to just go for the I feel personally attacked, so I'm going to make you feel bad because I'm not getting my way,
it's a
right?
it's a typical reaction, I guess.
Yes, yes. It's very human, but it's the easy way out. Instead of being like, okay, is there something wrong? Is there something else I can do? Is there something wrong? Is there something we need to talk about or work through? something else, right? Instead of just being like, man, you just don't want to have sex with me anymore. And instead of just pitching a fit about it and being a little toddler about it, which again, human, easy,
It's
I
hard
get
not
it.
to, you know,
I
like
get
it's
it.
very
Yes,
hard
I
not
get
to.
it. But if you're an adult in an adult relationship, be an adult,
Hmm.
right? Like, be an adult about it. Because, like, for me, me and my husband, we haven't been as active as we usually are ourselves. But a lot of that has to do with opposite schedules, right? Being tired. I'm Perry again, and then a whole lot of stress happened in our lives the last few months. It's just been one damn thing after another, after another, after another, and it's just like, again, the like, women are emotionally stimulated, right?
Hmm.
So if your woman is stressed out, if she's fucking tired, if she's feeling gross, because I feel like that too, where you just feel gross, right?
Hmm.
You had a bad tummy day, or you're on your period, or you just feel gross. You're just like, oh, I just am nasty. Oh, the last thing she wants to do is get naked and wrestle with you,
So
right?
I was gonna ask like why, because obviously, objectively, women are more likely to turn the
Yes.
guy down.
Yes.
So I was gonna ask like, why do you think it becomes such a normal thing? Like you have your honeymoon phase, and then you go into this phase where, like the guy's like, "It's once in a blue moon I get sex," like type of situation. Like I have my theory, but I was gonna ask you, but you basically kind of said it like opposite schedules, this and that, whatever, life. But also too, what I was gonna say is like if you're going at it like bunny rabbits in the beginning, it's gonna
Hmm.
get old.
Yes.
Sex gets old,
Yes, it does.
like the same old thing over and over and over and over gets old. So it's
Yes, it
like,
does.
and that I think that falls into communication. So if you're not communicating and trying to keep it alive.
Trying to, right, yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I think it's very, it's very hard for us to talk about sex for whatever reason. It's
Yeah.
super taboo. It's super, like, when I was growing up, I was just told, just don't, right? Like, just
Hmm.
don't. Like, that's all I got. So, like, I think that I think nowadays men are becoming a little bit more aware of what's happening to us that we can't even help, right?
Hmm.
I mean, there's going to be a point with women where she's tired, guys. Like, and I'm not talking about like, oh, she's just physically tired. No, she is mentally tired. And again, if you look at females, females are emotionally driven humans, right? So if she's off emotionally or mentally, she's not in it. So the last thing she's thinking about is, okay, I want to fuck, right? There's going to be times where she does just want to fuck.
There's a
But you
pod.
you got to talk to her about it. You got to
Yeah.
ask, right? Like, it's not necessarily you. It's just, okay, I had somebody pass, or I had a bad day at work, or I'm going through a fucking hormonal change that I can't do anything about, and it's not my fucking fault. And like, it just is what it is, right? Like, and guys, are made to be more physically, more visually, turned on, and things like that. And
I was
sex is good for y'all.
There's this podcast. Yeah. I listen to this podcast every once in a while. It's called Other People's Lives,
Okay.
and they had this woman on there. It was a woman,
Mm-hmm.
and she goes through these hormonal phases to where she might all of a sudden feel like a man. Like
Mm-hmm.
she has what she calls ghost boners, where
Okay. Yeah.
she feels like she has a penis that's erect,
Mm.
and she had like just an overwhelming feeling of like horniness. And
Yes.
and the way she described it, like you'd have to listen to it, but the way she described it was so like spot on to where she knows what it feels like to be a woman, and want the nice things said to her, wants to,
Right.
be
Right.
emotionally
Yes,
uh,
invested and turned on and all that.
emotionally turned on versus
Yeah.
just touch.
Just yeah.
But then she goes through those phases where it's just, she says, like, it's so like a man's, what do you call that? Libido? Like a man's
Yes. Yeah.
horniness?
They're
Like
they're yeah, yeah, their libido.
a man's libido is just so much further up
Yes.
than your average woman. Like,
Yes, because the
and
testosterone helps
yeah.
that.
She said that,
Yeah,
like,
that
she would get
it.
surges of testosterone, like something with her body. And like,
Yeah, because when with even Perry, right? Like we women are losing estrogen, right? So their testosterone is like it's kind of switching
yeah.
over, right? So yes, you will have like I've seen a lot of women talk about where they'll go like months where they're just like don't touch me, ew, gross, whatever, and then all of a sudden it just like a damn wall hits them and they're just like I got to fuck everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I got to fuck
Yeah.
everything every time, everywhere, all the time. And it's just because it's that testosterone switch, right? With the libido and all those things. Because that's why a lot of men will do the testosterone shots as they get
Mm.
older, right? Because they also lose testosterone. And so kind of helps up get their libido back to a healthy level and things like that. And it's kind of crazy what happens in the bodies that we
It
don't even know about.
it really is. And just like everything we've talked about, like, it's all about time and place. Like,
Yes.
and time, place, communication, being open and understanding of your partner's whatever they got going on.
Yeah, like whatever they've got going on. It doesn't even have to be body related. It could just be life related. It could be other things related. Like it's just, and sometimes it's not that we don't want to or we don't find you attractive. And I know that that's what everybody takes,
Mhm.
right? You just take it personal. Again, very human, very normal. Like that's obviously like you're just gonna be like, okay, well they just don't find me attractive anymore. And
Right.
it's like that's not what it necessarily is either, right? But I think communicating like maybe they don't like something that you do in bed, right? Maybe if you keep pumping and stopping and then moving and then pumping and stopping and moving, maybe they just don't want to fuck anymore if that's how you're fucking them. I mean, but again, you're not going to know if you don't ask.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of men are scared to ask. And I think they avoid it.
It's-
What do you think of that?
I mean, I I can, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's as a man,
Mm-hmm.
like as a 38-year-old man, I like, I'm, tell me what to do.
Right.
You
Right.
know, like
Like you tell me.
what works for
right?
you? Like, I don't want to sit here and waste time trying to figure it out.
And
Like,
think that I'm like the king of the world.
yeah,
when
like,
it's just like, yeah, it was
yeah,
all right.
tell me what to do, tell me how to do it, whatever, and then I'll do that, and I'll get better at it the more I do it.
This
know,
is true.
So it's like,
This is true.
but back in the day, like, it's so weird to talk about sex with any, like it's like, and I was definitely like a shy kid growing up.
Right.
So like it I don't know, like, and I don't know, it just comes with experience, really.
I think it does. I
It,
think it does. And as we grow and we mature and we realize that it's not just one thing, right? She didn't turn you down because she thinks you're ugly, right? Like there's other things that kind of could have affected it or made her feel that way. So you're as we get older, I hope that we're all a little bit more open to
I think the
not taking it as personal. But when you're young, yeah, yeah,
well, the biggest thing is the fear of judgment.
yeah,
I think that
yeah.
is the biggest factor in why people don't talk, or why a guy might be afraid to be like, how, like,
Right,
where's
right,
the
right.
manual on this thing?
Right, exactly. Because there's not, and I mean, again, I always tell everybody like men are like microwaves, women are ovens. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what it is. It just is what it is, and it's so funny that we're all
Can
humans,
you go
but
back to that? Hold on. I'm sorry.
yes,
Men are what?
men are microwaves, women are ovens. Okay, like, okay, so when you take your leftovers and you put it in the microwave,
You
you heat
just
it up for a
yeah.
couple minutes and it's
Okay.
ready to
Okay.
go,
Okay. Okay.
right? Oven's got to be preheated.
Okay. Okay. Now I don't know why that went
You
over my
see where
head.
you're going?
I
Are you
feel
with me
I
now,
feel
pumpkin?
stupid now.
You with me now, babe?
Yeah, I got you.
Um,
That was
but
hilarious.
I think that again, I with like sex education, it's not necessarily like you'll get an STD and die or you'll get everybody pregnant. I think a lot more needs to go into sex education,
Do
right?
kids have sex ed in school these days?
They do still have sex ed. From what I understand, it's basically just anatomy and STDs. Is
I
what
n-
I
I
understand.
I never had sex ed. Like I never went
I
through that.
had I had sex ed in 5th grade.
I don't know if it was a, like one of those things you could opt out of or whatever, but I don't even remember like having a sign or like write down like I don't want to do this class or anything like that.
It's probably like a parental form that you didn't pay attention to.
More
They're
than
like, "Here,
yeah.
Rain, get
It
your mom to sign this." And you're like,
probably
"Okay,
just
whatever."
wadded
Yeah,
up into
and
my
you
book
just
bag and
stuffed it into the book bag. You're like, "Hey,
it,
mom, can you sign this?"
it
And
was
you're
in
like
there
trying to
for
flatten it back out.
3 grades later. My sex ed paper's still in the damn bag.
You probably found it at the bottom of your locker when you cleaned it out on
hmm
last day of
hmm
senior year.
When I
Like, oh,
graduated.
what the fuck is this? Oh, trash.
That's
No,
funny.
I think you can opt out of it if I remember correctly. Like when Zachary did his, he had to bring home a thing saying that he could participate, or I preferred him to not participate.
Does it make
Um,
sense to have it in school, or do you feel it makes more sense to have the parents guide that? Because you
I
kind of run into like, well, I don't know. I never had sex
it's
ed, but
that's a tough one because I think it's easier to have it at school just because
so the parents don't
it's
have to worry
easier.
about it. But
Yeah, well, that and like when you listen to your parents talk about sex, you automatically check out, right? Like my parents, for example, never fucked ever. Not one time, don't care. I'm a fucking miracle baby, storks or a thing, right? Like never touched each other ever.
but if you're in class and you say penis, the class is
The
on
class is
fire.
like, what? You say pee pee?
Whoa!
What?
Yeah.
Did you say vagina? What? Oh my
Yeah.
god, right? But but at the same time, I think schools, because it's a school and it is a governed entity, right, with a whole bunch of
Mm.
people that decide what's in it and what's not in it, and a whole bunch of people that have completely different ideas. I think they are limited in, okay, we can only talk about sex, but from like an educational point of view, so STDs and pregnancy,
Right.
right?
Which yeah
And
should be in there,
which
but
is very important.
but
I'm not saying it's not.
shouldn't you be taught like I don't know. I mean, you can't really teach them how to have sex. Like
No.
I don't know. I mean, I guess
I think I think what we need to bring back is those sex shows on cable late at night. Cause man,
I
I
remember.
listened to that old white lady forever talking about sex. Okay,
Did you
she
ever
was
watch Real
great.
Sex on HBO?
I loved fucking Real Sex.
I feel
That
like
was
we
like one
talked
of
about
my
this a long
favorite.
time ago, but
Yes, we did forever ago. No, Real Sex was like one of my
it was the
favorites.
best. Like
It
you
was
could
so
always count
good.
on it.
It was so good. They need to bring that back, right?
I
Like
agree.
at the very least, because
Like a more modern version.
yes, something, because it does teach you a lot.
It really
Like,
does.
I remember an episode on blowjobs. I remember episodes on drag queens. I mean, I learned about everything,
I
right?
mean,
I remember like learning about bondage and shit. Like that was fucking awesome.
it would be like, like you'd have to edit some shit obviously, but that would be a great way to teach young
Yes.
the young
Like that
about
should be
like
their
what
home.
it
Yeah, like this is your homework. Like here's your STD countdown, right? And here's your fucking don't knock a bitch up, right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
go home and watch Real Sex
yeah.
and learn everything
That
else,
shit was
right?
it.
It was so
When
good.
you were in a pinch, Real Sex was there.
Man, they were on it,
It was
man.
it was so good. I think I
great.
remember one about a doll. Like there
Oh,
were
I'm sure. Yes. Oh, like the sex dolls. I remember when they were coming
yeah.
out with like the more realistic ones that didn't blow up, right? It was fucking
It didn't blow
great.
up.
No, it was
Yeah. Shit was.
I think
We were getting
it was
really
so-
far into the future.
Dude, it was so good. It was so good. It's like, what do you mean her mouth will move automatically? That's fucking awesome. Like, it's so good.
Real
If
hair.
y'all have not seen it, I swear, try to find some episodes.
I'm gonna go
somewhere.
find some episodes.
Like, I'm sure you can find some maybe like on YouTube or
Yeah.
something somewhere. But y'all, if y'all never saw real sex, please, for the
great.
sake of yourself and your sanity, go find some episodes. 'cause
Fantastic
it was so
series.
Good. It was so good. It was very educational, right? Because I remember watching that show and realizing that it wasn't weird that I wanted to touch myself, right?
Yeah.
Because that was like, no, you don't do that. Boys do that, but you don't do that. Girls don't do that. Thank God I was like, fuck you. I'm listening to this old bitch tell me I can't, right? Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's not something I don't feel most people are really taught.
No.
Like you just kind of
No.
figure it out.
You do kind of figure it out, but like I just remember like my mom telling me like, no, girls do not do that.
Oh, you're not supposed to.
Do not do that. That is gross and that's bad and that's really, is it bad because I don't get an STD, I'm not pregnant, and I don't have to cuddle with them afterwards. So I'm just saying.
This is a great spot to wrap this up here. This
is good. I love this.
Excellent.
This is so fun.
If you could, when we get off of here, go ahead and send me a list of everything we talked about so I can come up with a title.
Okay.
No,
Yep, I can do that.
I'm just kidding,
I'm
but
working on the message now.
Yeah.
So don't forget.
But no, this like we just kind of flowed into it. But what I do want to do is I want to do an episode on time for next week.
Okay.
I think we should.
You want to do the time theories and stuff now? Yeah, I like that.
Because we kind of been bullshitting episodes, but they keep going good. But I want to
They
plan one and
yes, same.
and
Let's like do a deep like
a
topic.
deep dive. Yeah.
Yeah, like a good crazy topic.
I think
Love
that'd be
that.
fun. But yeah, the beer has ran through me.
Awesome.
We've had a great time, Amanda. It's been fun.
Absolute blast.
What'd you say Darren was smoking?
Ribs.
Ribs.
He's smoking ribs today.
Hey, I
Yeah.
love smoked ribs. They're so good.
Yeah, no. Tyler bought him ribs for Father's Day that he has to smoke. Bless him. You know, they think, but they don't think all the way through, right?
I mean,
like,
I feel like you
they
did
get
all right.
there, but they don't keep going.
Yeah.
Right? Bless their hearts. They're like, hey, look, I bought you ribs that you're going to have to cook, but
Yeah.
I bought them for you.
There you go. Well, make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow all the good shit. We're here
Absolutely.
every week, once a week, possibly more than once a week later on in the future.
Yeah.
And it's been real good, Amanda.
Same. Happy Father's Day to all of y'all out there.
Oh yeah, happy
And,
Father's Day.
Yeah. Love you, Rain. Mwah,
Love you.
As always.
Have
mean
a
it.
great night. Enjoy your
You as well.
ribs and see you later.
Peace out.